Hello everyone. So, in continuation with the practical we performed in lab, we are going to understand how to write down the complete experiment in journal as well as the calculation part of it. Okay. So, you know already how to write down in journal, but still I'll revise those things so that it should be very clear to all of you, and you will write down without any mistake. So when you write down in a journal, you know that there is LHS and RHS, left hand side and right hand side. Left hand side is the blank page you are going to write down with pencil. Right hand side is the rule page where you are going to write down with pen. Date and experiment number should be there on both both the sides, LHS as well as RHS. So as this is your experiment number 1, so you will write experiment number 1 on both the sides and date of the performance. Okay, aim. Now aim. The first experiment aim is to determine the voltage regulation of three-phase alternator by open circuit short circuit test. So you will write down aim on both the sides. I have already shared the manual pages with you. So this is aim on both the sides, apparatus on both the sides. Then on left hand side you are supposed to write down circle. You are supposed to draw circuit diagram. Now circuit diagram should be on this first page only, but if suppose apparatus is taking much space, and because circuit diagrams are comparatively bigger in electrical machines, and if you cannot accommodate circuit diagram on LHS of the first page, then you can draw circuit diagram on second page as well. Okay, and then here on the rule page you will write down aim, apparatus, theory, procedure, and directly result and conclusion followed by discussion questions. On left hand side, after circuit diagram, you will write down the observation table, calculations is if there, results and conclusion. If there are any graph, you need to attach a graph. The graph should be attached such that it should come in front of the observation table on the rule side, and it should come before result and calculations. Okay. Now once you have done this, once you understood this, let's come to observation table. Performance you have already seen in the video, so accordingly with the same readings you have to write down the observation table. So in observation table actually there are two tests, open circuit test and short circuit test. So I have just written it together. You can write down the way it is given in the manual. So open circuit test for drawing open circuit characteristics, here IF and VOC are there in the observation table, while for short circuit characteristics you have IF and ISC. So these are the same readings which we got in the performance of this experiment. Okay, so you will write down it as it is, and then we will draw the same thing in the graph paper. So you're supposed to use pencil for drawing this. So what is this? This is field current here, and this is VOC here, and we need to plot the graph here. So this is 0, and I'll just put it as now because 0.5, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. I'll take the appropriate scale here, which says on x-axis 1 centimeter is equals to 2 centimeter. 2 centimeter is equals to 0.1 ampere for field current. On y-axis, I can take 1 centimeter is equals to 20 volts. Will that be okay? Let's see. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 220, 240, 260. For first point 1, the voltage is 68. So this is 68. For second point 2, it is 128. 128. For third, it is 176. 176. Okay. Then this is 0.4, 202. 202 will be right here, and 222 for 0.5. 222 will be right here, and then 236 for 0.6. So 230 is this, and 236 will be right here. This is how exactly you get the curve for open circuit voltage. So I'll try to join these points with free hand and a little extra on the same pattern. Okay, so this is how open circuit characteristic is drawn. Now on the same graph you are supposed to draw short circuit because the field current will be same here. I'll just have another scale on y-axis. So again for y-axis, if this was for VOC, on the same axis we will have ISC, which is 1 centimeter is equals to, let's say, 0.5 ampere. So 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 2.5, 5. Okay, enough. So for 0.1, this is very less, so this will just approximate point. We will focus more from 0.2 because 0.1 was very less current. 0.2 is 2.1, 2.1. Okay. Then 0.3 is 3.3. So it's 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is 3.3. Then another is 0.4, 4.2. So this is 4 and this will be 0.2, 4.2. And 0.5, it is 5.3. So this is 5. We went beyond the rated current. Okay, and you will find that this current will be almost a straight line. So see whether you are getting everything on the same line. Almost, yes. So we will try to take maximum point on the same line and then I'll draw this. So it is also starting from 0. In the starting the current is very less, so it is quite difficult to measure very less current on ammeter. So I'm just ignoring this reading and rest of the readings are on the same line. So let's assume any one value. Let's assume 0.4 here. Let's say that at 0.4 we take IF is equals to 0.4. As it is instructed on the graph paper, you have to find out ZS. Now what is ZS? ZS is the synchronous impedance. ZS is the synchronous impedance which is given by VOC1 by IC1 at IF1. Actually it is open circuit voltage upon short circuit current at some field current, at a particular field current. So if I consider field current, suppose IF1, any field current, so at that field current we will take VOC and ISC just like I explained on the graph paper. Okay, so I'm just substituting. Let's say for example we consider IF is equals to 0.4. So we can take it from graph paper. We have to actually take it from graph paper, but it is obvious from the reading as well that at IF is equals to 0.4, VOC is 202 and ISC is 4.2. So here you are going to take ZS is equals to 202 upon 4.2 at a particular IF which is 0.4, which comes out to be 48.09. We know that ZS is equals to ZS is equals to root of RA square plus XS square. That is how. So resistance, impedance and reactance, right? So similarly XS is equals to root of ZS square minus RA square. RA will be given for our alternator. RA armature resistance is 1.5, so you are going to consider it as 1.5. So RA is taken as 1.5 ohm. Substituting the value here, you will get XS is equals to 47.97 ohms. So this is how you will get the value of XS through ZS, and that is why this method is called as synchronous impedance method, because from graph you find out first of all synchronous impedance and then you calculate other things. After this we will utilize this value to substitute in EMF equation and get the voltage regulation. Now once you got the value of XS, you need to substitute in EMF equation. EMF equation I explained you how to get in last video when we considered synchronous impedance method to find out voltage regulation. I told you with the help of phasor diagram how you can get the EMF equation. So you get the EMF equation as E is equals to root of V cos phi plus IARA the whole square plus V sin phi plus minus IX as the whole square. Now this is the equation which we got. Now why I have written minus and plus here? Because if you are taking it for lagging load, you need to consider plus. But if you are taking it for leading load, you need to consider minus. Please keep in mind only that difference is there in the formula. So whenever you are supposed to find out EMF, you will be given with power factor, and at that power factor only you need to find out. Okay. So here, what you are going to do, this equation you are going to use, and you are going to find out EMF induced for 3 different power factor here. Pointed power factor lagging, you will use the equation and you will get the value of induced EMF for pointed power factor lagging. Again, you will use the same equation with the negative sign here for pointed power factor leading, find out induced EMF. Similarly, unity power factor. So in the same equation, if you just substitute cos phi is equals to 1 and sin phi will become 0. So ultimately, you will get the value of the EMF induced for unity power factor. For unity power factor, obviously this is taken as plus, not minus. This negative sign is only for leading. This is not for lagging, neither for unity. E will be equals to V because cos phi 1 plus IARA plus IARA square plus V sin phi, because sin phi is 0, this term will not be there, and it will be simply IAXS square under V. This is how you will find out EMF induced for unity power factor. So once you got all 3 EMF, substitute all 3 EMFs in regulation equation, and you will also find out percentage regulation for lagging power factor, percentage regulation for leading power factor, percentage regulation for UPF. The IA will be the rated current. The rated current is 4.5. V will be the rated voltage, that is 230. Substitute everything here and then you can find out. All the EMF induced will be phase quantity. Get the percentage regulation for lagging, leading and UPF, and that will be your answer. So this is our first practical for machines 2. We are finding regulation by open circuit short circuit method, or we can say synchronous impedance method. In next practical we are going to find out regulation again, but in next practical we are going to use direct loading method. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. Okay, so thank you and happy learning.